The desert highway stretched endlessly beneath a white-hot sun, the asphalt shimmering like water in the distance. Heat waves danced across the road, bending the horizon into a blur. The low thunder of engines rolled across the empty landscape as 6 motorcycles cruised in steady formation. They called themselves the Iron Nomads. Not outlaws, not angels. Just men who had found brotherhood in motion. Former soldiers, mechanics, a paramedic, 2 fathers, and 1 grandfather. They rode hard, worked honest jobs back home, and looked out for each other. Mateo rode second in line. He was the first to notice the sedan. It sat crooked on the shoulder ahead, hazard lights blinking lazily. A man paced near the driver's side, gesturing angrily as he spoke into his phone. At first glance, it looked like ordinary roadside trouble, but something felt wrong. As they passed, Mateo's eyes caught movement inside the car. A teenage girl sat rigid in the passenger seat. She wasn't crying. She wasn't yelling. She was watching them. Their eyes locked for half a second. Then she moved slowly, deliberately. She pushed her hair behind her ear and pressed her thumb into her palm. 3 fingers extended upward. She held the gesture just long enough to be seen. Then her hand dropped. Mateo's chest tightened. He knew that signal. His daughter had shown it to him months ago after a school safety assembly, a silent way to say, "I need help." He revved his engine once, sharp and loud. Jackson, riding lead, glanced back. Mateo tapped 2 fingers against his helmet, then pointed subtly toward the car. Jackson didn't argue. He didn't shrug it off. The formation slowed as one. They looped back casually, pulling onto the shoulder behind the sedan. Engines idled, heavy and deliberate. The sound alone shifted the air. The pacing man stopped mid-sentence when he saw them approach. His jaw tightened. "Car trouble?" Jackson called out evenly, removing his helmet. His gray-streaked hair caught the sun, his expression calm but firm. "We're fine," the man snapped too quickly. "Battery issue. Tow truck's coming." Mateo walked toward the passenger side, slow and non-threatening. Through the cracked window, he saw the girl's hands shaking in her lap. "You okay in there?" he asked gently. Her lips parted, but before she could answer, the man stepped between them. "I said we're fine." The desert wind picked up, carrying dust between boots and tires. Jackson moved closer, posture relaxed but unyielding. "That's good," he said calmly, "because we're not leaving until we're sure." Inside the car, the girl whispered something. Mateo leaned closer. "I don't know him," she breathed. That was all it took. The easy tone vanished from the nomad's stance. No shouting, no chaos, just a wall of steady presence closing in. Jackson met the man's eyes. "Step away from the door," he said quietly. And this time the man hesitated. The shift in the air was immediate. The man's shoulders tightened as the 6 riders subtly repositioned, not aggressively, not recklessly, but with quiet coordination that came from years of watching each other's backs. The desert suddenly felt less empty. Jackson didn't raise his voice. "Step away from the door," he repeated calmly. For a moment, it seemed like the man might argue again. His eyes darted from one rider to the next, calculating. 6 solid builds, 6 engines idling like distant thunder, 6 men who weren't leaving. Slowly, he stepped back. Mateo opened the passenger door. The girl moved fast, quicker than anyone expected, slipping out and crossing the few feet between them. She didn't look behind her. She went straight to the space beside Mateo, as if instinct told her that was the safest place. "You're okay," he said gently. He took off his riding jacket and draped it around her shoulders. It nearly swallowed her whole. Jackson stepped aside and dialed 911, giving their location in steady, precise detail. Another rider, Ben, who had once worked as an EMT, quietly asked the girl her name. "Lily," she said, voice trembling but controlled. "Okay, Lily," Ben replied softly. "You did the right thing." Behind them, the man began talking again, louder now. "This is ridiculous. She's my niece. You can't just—" "We're not doing anything," Jackson interrupted evenly, phone still to his ear. "We're waiting." The word carried weight. The desert wind pushed dust along the shoulder. No one moved. No one escalated. The nomads simply stood, creating a barrier that could not be ignored. Within 15 minutes, sirens echoed faintly in the distance. Lily's fingers tightened in the leather at her collar. "He told me my mom sent him," she whispered to Mateo. "At the gas station. I knew something felt wrong." "You trusted that feeling," Mateo said. "That strength." Police cruisers arrived in a rush of gravel and flashing lights. Officers quickly separated everyone. Lily spoke clearly, repeating her story without wavering. The man's explanation unraveled almost immediately under questioning. One officer approached the riders. "Her mom reported her missing 30 minutes ago. Surveillance at the gas station matches her description." Mateo exhaled slowly. About 40 minutes later, a silver SUV flew down the highway shoulder, brakes squealing as it stopped. A woman jumped out before the engine died. "Lily!" The girl ran. The impact of their hug was fierce, desperate, real. Tears, apologies, relief, all spilling out at once. The nomads turned slightly away, giving them privacy without leaving. After statements were signed and thanks poured out in shaking voices, Lily walked back toward the riders one last time. "I didn't think anyone would notice," she said. Jackson settled his helmet on his head. "We noticed." Engines roared to life one by one, echoing into the wide desert sky. As they pulled back onto the open road, Mateo glanced in his mirror.